me that there's going to be a slowdown in prices, it's leveling off, and can't keep up the same momentum. And some of the national reserves are very confused looking at Boston. What's going on here? Why aren't they following everybody else? And you know, once again, we're on our own trail here and doing things a little differently. A couple stats, probably well familiar with them, but just from the last report there, 16% increase in median price of a single-family home in Massachusetts, a 16% increase to $323, $625 according to the Warren Group. Sales were up by a comparable percent. That was right through September, so it was right into the period where people were starting to worry about the government shutdown. And anecdotally, there's been no, in terms of pending sales, I don't think there's been any real decrease in activity. So why are we just special? Is something in the water here, or what's happening? And I think probably as everyone in this room knows, we have some peculiar dynamics in our market. One is that it's very hard to build. So unlike Las Vegas or Phoenix, we're not burning through stuff that got built 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that's sitting vacant. It's very difficult to build. Towns are very particular about what they will let be built in terms of new construction, new residential construction, and that's contributing to a big decline in inventory. As we all know, hard to peg exactly, but it seems to be down at least 30% from last year, which was down some percent from the year before. It's very, very tough right now in terms of new inventory. And I don't see that unless there's a sea change in terms of state policy or local governments. It doesn't seem like that's going to be changing. You're starting to see some construction now, but a lot of it's residential. Some of that may get converted to condos, but right now it's a lot of apartment construction, some home construction, but nowhere near the amount that would to meet demand.
About the boomerang effect, about the post-college graduates who are moving back home. And it's going to be an interesting tale to see how long are they going to stay at home before they've saved up enough and avoiding the rental market jumping right into a purchase. I don't know if anybody's got any experience or stats on that one yet.
Well, I would only just say that going forward, you're going with the QM coming out and the debt-to-income ratio coming down to 43% coming in the first of the year. Any student loans, it's going to put an additional squeeze on those buyers, perhaps, especially if we have any kind of rate increase. There are many things coming out that, even though we may see the dip, and I certainly hope we do, that there are going to be pressures to make things more expensive because there's going to be more regulation and more costs going through the pipeline. And the government is talking about increasing their guarantee fees to bring more private equity to the market. And as a result of that, that might put some pressure.
Yeah, feel free to jump in. Any questions?